Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We were off last week because two of us were at Dynamite. So, how you doing? It's the Greg Cherry Show. And yes, from Pittsburgh. Twirl the towels, everybody.
That is the only way you'll ever see me have a Pittsburgh. I was going to say, it's the only way you'll ever see me have a Pittsburgh towel is buying one of those.
Absolutely.
Jesus.
So what's up, everybody?
It is good to be back with the Greg Cherry Show, brother. Dude, I miss you guys, man.
But hey, we had a very special show that aired last week in the same time slot. I'm wearing the shirt of that show, and it actually did pretty well. It's got over 1,000 views already in a week's time, so that's pretty good.
I dig it.
So go check that out, of course, after this, because we want you guys to enjoy not just the wrestling content that we have on here. We're more than that, or at least we're trying to be. So thank you, everybody who tuned in. Thank you, everybody who watched. It's actually one of the most watched stuff in recent memory. So good on that. Daniel, I'll get to your question in just a second, but I do want to have another special announcement that I unfortunately didn't get to make last week. I really wish I could have. The Greg Cherry brand's monetized now, baby. We can get super chats. Yeah. So we can get super chats through the regular way and, of course, through the Streamlabs link. Streamlabs link is still preferable because we get that quicker. But
yeah,
if you're more comfortable doing the YouTube super chat link, feel free to do that. It's now an option. Hooray. So there you go. But we do have quite a bit to cover. Even though it doesn't seem like a lot to cover, it's still going to be a lot because we're going to be talking about wrestling. We're going to be talking about football. It's that time of year, guys. You got to get used to it. We're talking about
that time of year.
Yes, we're talking about some weird thoughts, as we always are. And, of course, the Wednesday Q&A. Gentlemen, AEW Dynamite last week. We're going to cover it now because both Big G and I, as we mentioned, were there in person. Got a couple shots for you right here. That this was one from my vantage point. And, of course, that is everybody's favorite dentist.
Yes.
Dr. Britt Baker. But somebody got a more special picture.
Yeah.
Right here.
Shit. Damn it.
A picture with the AEW Women's World Champion. Yes. Big Baller G, showing exactly why he's called that. So how'd that meet and greet go? Was it just a picture? Was it just
it was pretty much a picture. I talked to her for a couple minutes. She signed the terrible towel.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I kind of felt bad because Wardlow was there too, and so was Alan Angels, and I think 10 were there too, and nobody really went to. As far when I was there, nobody was there with Wardlow or Dark Order members, but everybody was coming up to Britt Baker.
Come on. Britt's the Pittsburgh girl. Of course, we're going to go to the good doctor.
But yeah, it was cool. It was very, very cool. I got to meet Greg in person for the first time, which was pretty cool. True. After right before Dynamite actually started, like right after they did tape the couple episodes of matches of Dark Elevation, I messaged Greg and I was like, stand up. And I was like, and I saw Greg going like the whole Christian pose looking for me. I was like, oh, there he is.
Which was fitting because he was in the opening segment. There you go.
Right.
So, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Dynamite last week. You guys saw the videos I posted, the pictures. I didn't really post. I posted the pictures on Facebook. Britt Baker, that pop, I tell you what, man. Pittsburgh is a wrestling town, no doubt about it.
I don't know if I told Jeff Meacham this. I know I told Jen this. The DMD in that arena during her promo was the loudest thing I have ever heard at a wrestling show.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, It was loud on TV. Well, I was like, shit.
Oh yeah, it was. Everybody did it. Oh,
So-
Foregathers on Twitch. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
All right, there we go. So let me ask something. Okay, were either of you at the show on Friday?
No.
I was not. I
Okay,
wish I would have been.
Well, I asked because how weird was it to see Christian Cage once again become the champion of Impact Wrestling, but on AEW? It was like, what the hell is going on? It's so weird.
I mean,
bizarre for yeah.
It sounded like he got a good pop too. Even when
he totally
we
did.
saw him in Dynamite, he got a good reaction. So did Jericho, obviously. I mean, that whole crowd. As soon as that beginning of his music hit, that crowd was just into it. Yeah. And you know what? I tell you what, tonight he has no Judas theme song, no Judas effect, but that crowd, like I said yesterday, is gonna sing that shit a cappella. They are going to sing it.
It was so funny. I was talking to both of you about how jealous I was. You guys would get to sing along with Judas, and I was lamenting my existence. And then literally the next day, it's decided that Paradise Kitty is going to be on the Jericho cruise, and so am I. I'm like, I get to go do the Jericho thing. So I'm all freaking giddy now. Yeah, that's what I'm not giddy about going on the water, going on my first cruise or whatever. I'm giddy about singing along with Judas. That's how much of a dork I am. So there you go.
Hey, it's fun.
I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, we had like a mask mandate to go to the arena, right, which was what it was. Right. But I pulled my mask down and sang Judas. It's like I'm not going to get to do this for a long time, if ever again, because I don't know how long Jericho's career is going to last. Right. But it's one of those things that's like, I'm going to belt this thing. Maybe I'll get on TV because I'm going to be ridiculous about it. But. Right.
And what I found, I'm so relieved, not only are they having us bring our vaccination cards on the cruise, they're giving us a test right there as you board. If you have the COVID, you stay off the ship. If you don't have to wear a mask for 4 days.
There you go.
So I like that. So there'll be, I'm going to have anxiety, no doubt about it, as far as, that many people with no mask. I'm going to be a little, not going to lie, a little weird about it, but you know what?
If everybody's vaxxed, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Right, but this Delta variant still, mess with everybody's mojo. And number two, remember, it's been 17 months. California especially is a shit show. We are all out here right now. So
California's been a shit show for longer than 17 months, Jeff.
Well, as far as the pandemic, you smart ass. No, California's been a shit show since 1850. Let's not kid ourselves. So let's throw it out there. That's the founding, okay? And yes, Brett Storm, I am aware that Christian's championships in TNA were actually the NWA championship. I happen to be the NWA guy, as Greg calls me, so I know. But it is cool that he is the last NWA champion officially in TNA, which was a trivia question, by the way, at one point, and I didn't get Greg on it, which I was mad about. Because because
Angle technically won the match, but the whole thing was wiped away because NWA and TNA split off that same day. So,
but there is images of Angle holding up 10 pounds of gold, which is such a cool thing for old school fans like me. I'm like, Angle held it wasn't legitimate or anything, but Angle held up the 10 pounds of gold. It's kind of cool. So
there you go.
But yeah, now Christian, not only did Christian win the Impact Championship, he also won the TNA Championship belt that Moose kind of introduced back in. So he's actually held all three versions of the championship, World Championship, in the TNA Impact brand. So good on him.
It is good on him.
Well, you guys know, but I'm gonna let everybody else know. I will be at Rampage this Friday in the Windy
I'm
City
jealous.
in Chicago.
I'll tell you what, brother. I am right. Exactly, Greg. Thank you. I am so jealous because not only am I not going to be there, I'm going to be on the road while that's happening. I'm not going to get into Vegas until like 10 o'clock Eastern. So I'm going to be on the phone going, what's happening? So,
well, 10 o'clock Eastern is when Rampage goes live. So you might be fine.
I'm thinking SmackDown.
And
it
might be okay.
What I'm thinking is, I know they tape Dark now during before or after Rampage, but
probably before.
We're supposed to be there at like 8 o'clock, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not too sure if they tape it and then they air it, or I don't know. I don't know how they do
what
that.
I'm thinking is, I feel like Rampage is live, and I feel like they tape Dark beforehand.
Right. Okay.
Because I know with us, because Dynamite went live at 8, we had to be there by 7 so we could get the first few Dark Elevation matches.
Right. Right.
Then
Yeah.
we filmed a couple more Elevation matches after Dynamite.
After, yeah. We left after. We were like, I ain't staying and watching any more Dark Elevation. I was
You missed
exhausted.
a good tag match between TH2 and the Lucha Brothers.
Okay.
That was good. That was good stuff.
TH2, my boys, man. Oh,
And another Britt Baker pop, so you missed that.
of course, of course.
Okay.
Because she came back out after all the matches were done.
Gotcha.
So, for either of you, was that your first live wrestling since all this shit started?
Yes.
It was my first live wrestling show, as far as like the big shows go, since 2015.
I lied.
Shit, Gregory.
I don't go to shows a whole lot.
I
get that's true. You lie.
I did go to that Ring of Honor pay-per-view in Baltimore.
Oh, that's right.
Last month.
That's right. Yeah,
but before that, it was, I want to say January 2019 when we went to our Hershey show, me and my fiance, like WWE Super Show or whatever it was. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was trying to count backwards in my head. Oh, go ahead.
I do have to say that this was my first non-WWE major show that I've ever been to.
Right, which was so cool.
Because WCW, I don't think ever came to Pittsburgh, and if they did, it was very late into their existence. TNA, I think, may have ran a house show up here once or twice. I didn't get to go to. Ring of Honor, I know, can run in Pittsburgh. Didn't go to that either. So,
you know what? I just
been a whole lot of opportunities for non-WWE stuff.
Right.
You know what? I just realized I'm gonna hit that trifecta on Friday. So I went to my first AEW pay-per-view back in Baltimore, Full Gear. Went to Dynamite, and now going to a Rampage. So,
yeah, and then you get married in 2 weeks. You're just having a hell of a year, brother. I'll tell you what.
I know. You know what? They used to say NXT was the alternative to WWE, but now AEW is the alternative to WWE.
Very much so. I mean, it's been in the trades. NXT is very much morphing into another WWE brand, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I don't know. We'll see how things play out. All I know is I was counting backwards in my head as far as last time I went to a show. The last time I went to a live wrestling show, period, of any kind, was the first SmackDown on Fox with Aaron back in 2019. So that was October. So almost 2 years. And as far as live show, like the big companies, I went to one WCW house show, and that was in October of '94. Other than that, it's been WWE as far as the major leagues. If you count XPW as a major league, because it kind of was for a little bit, I went to their last 2 shows. But, you know.
Let me put it this way. The 2015 show I was telling you about, that was a house show. So like the last major show I went to, 2014 Rumble.
Good Lord, have mercy.
So as of now, I still get to say it because Friday hasn't happened yet. I was at CM Punk's last match. I've been holding on to that like little.
Very true.
I've been holding on to that little thing.
Wow.
And once he debuts on Friday, I'm like, should he debut? Because there's obviously a lot of speculation about it. And imagine how pissed everybody would be if he doesn't show up.
Dude, a sick, twisted part of me wants it to happen. Like, I don't want him to show up and have the crowd just, what do we do now?
Yeah. Like what would happen? Like, would AEW lose favor? Because he's not promised. Like no! I think that's a lot of things. That's what a lot of people have to get through their head. CM Punk is not advertised whatsoever. He has, there's absolutely no reason for him to show up and for people to get mad about it. There's no reason because he's not advertised. You can't be mad about somebody who you expect to show up that's not advertised and then they don't show up. The company doesn't owe you anything.
No.
Yeah,
You know?
the only way it's Carson to change is that if he does show up. So, like, get over yourselves. Seriously.
Yeah.
All I know is I'll be able to hear the collective aneurysm in Vegas if he doesn't show up. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to happen. It's going to be a thing.
Watch him not show up on Rampage and then show up at SummerSlam. Throw everybody off.
If he shows up in Vegas, you're going to hear my freaking pop all over the world. I swear to God, I'm going to lose my shit, let alone the rest of y'all. Damn. Because
wouldn't that be like the biggest swerve in wrestling?
That would be the greatest thing of all time.
Everybody and their mother thinks Punk is going to show up in AEW on Friday, and then Punk shows up in WWE on Saturday. Talk about a swerve.
So I was telling G and everybody yesterday on my Cluster F episode of the Jeff Meacham Network that turned into yesterday. I want things to happen. I want Lashley to Spirit all the way to Reno. I want Randy Orton to punt Riddle's head to the same direction. And I want John Cena to walk out as champion just so everybody in Vegas can have a complete when it happens. But I will say this. If Cena becomes champion and then that music hits and outlaw CM Punk, you will be able to get me off the top of the stratosphere for a month. I'll be that high off the ground.
So there was a report, because I know you're a big Bill Goldberg fan there, Jeff.
Dude, Billy Boy, my boy. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah, we've heard that over the years. So there's a report that he only has 2 matches left in his contract. And I put out the scenario, what if both of his matches are Saturday? What if he beats Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship and then Big E cashes in Money in the Bank and that's his second match? And then...
Well, that's if Big E can get the briefcase back from Corbin first.
I'm sure he will. I put out a scenario. Okay. I put out a scenario where Corbin actually holds onto the briefcase long enough to cash it in, and he fails again,
Right.
pissing Big E off, leading to a Big E versus Corbin feud, and then Big E gets his crowning moment after winning the Rumble and winning the title at WrestleMania. I don't know what that was. I don't need it. I think the internet would explode if Corbin cashed in Money in the Bank when it's not actually his.
No. The internet will explode if he cashes in when it's not his and he loses again.
Right.
Would he be the only 2-time cash-in loser at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Corbin's stats are the worst ever.
The only person with a worse history with Money in the Bank is Charlotte.
Yeah, because she's got cashed in 3 times.
My queen just does not like that briefcase unless she's the one holding it, man. Whew, look, not good.
So let me. So now that we know Andrade is in AEW and Flair potentially going to AEW, how bad would WWE lose their shit if Charlotte decided to go to AEW?
Well, they've got Charlotte locked up pretty tight in that contract. I'll tell you that right now. Let me just throw it out there right now. They've got Ashley signed up long enough where it won't be a major thing like it would be right now if she defected. So let me just throw that out there right now, because once Andrade left and once Nate showed up in Mexico last week, they were like, okay, we got to freaking make sure she's locked tighter than a drum, because, yeah, it was... Whether they'll admit it or not, having Rick show up at that AAA event was like, oh, all right then.
I don't know if I want to bring this up. Have you seen the reason why Ric Flair was trending on Twitter?
Yes.
No.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm not going to explain this. Jeff, I don't even know if I want to have you look at it. I feel bad bringing it up.
I'll go ahead and...
I'm sorry. For the record,
I saw it earlier.
The person in the picture is not Flair.
Oh, God, now I'm scared already.
You should be.
Okay, let's
live reaction. Here we go.
Trending. Okay, he's not trending now, which is good.
Just search him on Twitter. You might.
I'm going. Okay, yeah, I know. I'm trying to avoid the inevitable. Just give me a minute here.
Oh, look at this beautiful Britsburg shirt.
I know. I should have worn mine. I have it right there.
Oh, okay, so Ric Flair tweeted 2 hours ago. This picture is as real as the other one floating around.
Okay,
the Nature Boy doesn't ride train. Okay, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to scroll down further to see what picture he's talking about.
Okay, I don't think that's the right one. Let me just hang on. Whoa, okay, it is the right one. Jesus Christ.
Live reaction, folks.
If he's that bendy, I can see why he's the 60-minute man. Good grief. Woo! 40. Jesus.
The thing is, everybody believed it was Ric Flair because that's such a Ric Flair thing.
Right? Exactly. Wow.
It's such a niche thing that if it actually was him, nobody would put it past him because it's like that's such a niche thing to do. If anybody out there has not seen it, it's probably better that you don't. But if you're curious, I'm just letting you know you're being warned ahead of time.
Well, as this one guy tweeted 3 minutes ago, apparently Ric Flair's eating healthy. So there you go.
Jeez.
Tremendous.
Woo!
That's right. And it's a family show. No longer. There we go. That's it.
That's not the type of red carpet he normally walks. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa! Hey-o. Okay, this Charlotte gif is everything. Somebody reacted to it, and it's the gif of Charlotte turning and going, really? So, yeah, that's pretty much the reaction. Holy crap. well, apparently Wendy's bendy. Anyway, so let's go ahead and keep moving on there, and we'll.
On that note, if you want to super chat after that incredible discussion,
right.
My channel is now available for the regular super chats, but you can also do the Streamlabs link in the description. I'll send it again because why wouldn't you want to after such lovely topical references like that?
And if you super chat enough, we'll post a picture. No, we won't. Get in. We won't. No. Maybe on my show tomorrow. Anyway, no. Ugh, no. You know, it's like you said, it's very like if anybody were to be posting that picture, it would definitely be 1980s Ric Flair. I don't know about 2021 Ric Flair. That's a little much, but you know, yeah, good grief.
Well, let's get into some football talk. I don't know. I'm not even bothering to do a transition because I don't want to. The Steelers are 2-0 in the preseason, so that's slightly promising. Obviously, the preseason, as far as put your headphones back on, okay? I wasn't going to go deep into the Cowboys' loss.
No, Flurry went deep enough for all of us today. Anyway,
there's your transition there, folks.
Oh God, why?
Aren't you guys glad I'm back from hiatus, right? There you go. Jesus.
No, we missed you. Anyway, Steelers get the Lions. Steelers get the Lions on Saturday, and since it's preseason football, I'm not skipping SummerSlam to watch preseason football.
Right? Yeah, seriously.
If it were regular season football and the Steelers were being played over a pay-per-view, I'd watch the Steelers. I did that with TLC a couple years ago.
I did so, yeah.
What I found so funny was people were speculating that, okay, well, maybe we're having SummerSlam on Saturday because the Raiders have a game on Sunday. The Raiders play Saturday here in Los Angeles. So
I don't know why they thought that they wanted to do it on a Saturday. It's so weird.
Especially with the Pacquiao card starting only an hour later, traffic is going to be
Huh. Ay.
Telling you, luckily we're parking at Mandalay Bay, which is like far enough away from the drama, and then I'm walking over to Penn Hollywood to meet Bailey and go drinking. So like, I don't have to worry about driving. My poor dad, God bless him, but he I thought, we want to take the bus. He's like, no.
And then you got takeover the next night.
Right, but that's right. Yeah.
Is that still at the CWC, or did they actually move it to Vegas? Because there were talks.
No. They're having that at CWC. We're gonna try to make it back. I'm gonna see if I can make it back in time to at least cover it.
All right. But yeah,
Lions and Steelers is happening on Saturday, and then the week after is the Steelers and the Panthers.
Yep.
So
that first week we get the Raiders, I believe.
Please spank those assholes! Like, just spank them all over the stadium.
The Raiders is actually week. The Raiders is actually week 2. We get Buffalo week 1.
Oh, nice. Okay, that'll be a good game.
When do the Cowboys and Steelers play for real?
Well, they did last season, so I don't think they're going to again.
Yeah, it won't be until another 2 or 3 years.
Thank God for that. Jesus.
I mean, they could theoretically meet in the playoffs, but if the Cowboys are anything like they were last year.
So I don't know if I told you guys, but I will be going to the Steelers-Seahawks game Sunday Night Football come October.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
So that'll be my
You're
first.
You're just doing all the
game.
things.
Hey, I got to, man. I got to live life to the fullest.
That's why it's Big Baller G.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like, all the booking I've been doing, the only show I don't have booked interview-wise on a Thursday is the 21st. So,
well, that's good because I want to air Jack of all trades on Thursday next week.
There you go.
I'm talking about October 21st. So,
I got you.
Yeah.
So, Greg, let me ask you this: what do you think of Haskins so far? Do you think he should be the number 2 quarterback and Mason drop down to the number 3 or 4?
I think so. I mean, just based on preseason performance alone, I think that Haskins should get that backup spot. I feel like he's in a better environment than he was before.
Right.
So I think him being the number 2 guy, especially running the first team offense, will be beneficial for not only the offense as a whole, but probably the team. Mason Rudolph has not been the same since he got his skull caved in with a freaking Browns helmet.
No. Wow.
Thanks for that one, Myles Garrett.
Right.
Yeah, I think the Steelers, it's hard to predict what they're going to do just based off the preseason. I am going to let's do bold predictions. Bold predictions right now. What do you think our team record will be? And Jeff, you can do it for the Cowboys too. What do you think the team record will be at the end of the regular season? I am going to say 12-5.
What did we end up last year? 12-4, 11-4.
Yeah.
12-4, and you say 12-5.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, because there's going to be an extra game this year.
Yeah, there's 17 games. So.
Oh God, I forgot about that stupid change. Jesus.
God. Well, number one, I'm going to say this: I do not want to go undefeated this year. I do not want that pressure on us.
No. We could lose like week. What was it?
Number 2, I'm going to go. What am I thinking? Would 11-6 sound right? Is that right?
11-6, yeah.
I want to say, Buffalo. It all depends. Like Buffalo, if we can beat Buffalo on that first game, I think we'll have that momentum.
We got a tough schedule. Like we got the Bills, we got the Raiders, and we got the Bengals, who should, in theory, be easy.
Yeah, we got the Browns.
The Packers on Jen's birthday. That should be fun.
Okay.
The week of my birthday, we get the Bears on a Monday night. So.
Oh, nice. Okay. Because I did watch the Hall of Fame game, and I did watch a little bit of the Eagles game, and what I did see, the run game seems to be there a little bit now. Harris.
I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah. Harris looks okay from what I've seen so far. You know, we have to see him actually play a full game and see what he can do.
Yeah. Matt Canada offense. Let's hope it goes decently.
So, and let Ben call the plays because he knows. Oh, it's a revamped offense in a way. You know, we lost Pouncey. We lost a couple other people, but you know, we gained a new center, a new tight end, Freiermuth, a new running back. You know, so Washington is still there, Juju is still there for another year. Hopefully Hopefully Watt signs a contract here soon.
Well, I think they're freeing up cap space just to be able to sign him. Like they
saw that. Who did they? Devin Bush is back from his injury that he suffered last year. I want to say
that we lost Dupree. Sucks that we lost Dupree.
I know. Who did he go to again? I forgot.
Tennessee, I think.
That's right. Yeah, okay. God. But you know, Highsmith and Spillane or whoever, they were pretty good. So you know, hopefully they're not going to be that capacity of Dupree and Watt, that tag team, but you know. Should be the defense is always going to be the defense. You know, we still got Hayden, we still got Fitzpatrick, we still got Hayward. I believe Fitzpatrick and Hayward were the top 100 players of 2021.
Yeah, so Minka was in the 50s somewhere, I believe.
Yeah, you know, Minka, we still got that Fitz magic, that Minka magic.
That's a different Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, no, right. God, he's on a different. So
how many teams has he been on?
I don't know. I don't know.
At least 8. Like he's He's like.
And you know what's funny? I was watching the Eagles game. Guess who's playing for the Eagles now?
Who's that?
Flacco.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
If there's any more reason for me as a Cowboy fan to hate that friggin' team, like seriously, like Jesus.
I thought he was elite. What happened? You mean he only had one good playoff run and he was a mediocre quarterback? What?
Yep.
Yeah. Seriously.
Well, he was with the Jets last year. You know.
Okay. Yeah. The Jets and the Elite do not have the same airspace. Okay. First of all, let's be clear on that phrase. And I'm a Cowboys fan, saying I'm okay saying that for the record.
Not since Namath, at least.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and that poor bastard got his leg busted up. So anyway, so as far as the Cowboys go, I was going to predict the 500, but we're actually playing an odd number of games, so I'm going to be smart and healthy and say 9-8.
Okay. Okay. You guys got Dak back, so
Dak back. As long as he stays healthy and doesn't be a spaz week 2 or some shit, we'll be okay.
As long as your defense isn't one of the worst defenses in the league, you should be okay.
God. All I know is with these extra games, we play division people twice. We play Philadelphia twice, which I hate. I hate dealing with those assholes. We play Washington twice. Can we get Washington a team name before we start playing them more than once? Can we throw me a bone here, folks? I mean, seriously.
They're working on it. I think they'll get a name by like the 2022 season.
Just call them the Washington Generals. They're a freaking joke anyway. So come on, just call them Washington Generals.
I saw one of the names. I saw one of the names.
Cleveland got their stuff together with their baseball team faster than Washington did.
Right.
Nothing gets done in Washington, D.C. ever. Not even with their football team.
No. One of the names I saw for Washington.
Topic. That's politics is a work topic.
Let me see if I can find the names.
Teespring.com/Greg Brand. Anyway. Cheap up. Yeah, I mean, okay, because, week 1, we're playing the champs. We're not going to win that game. It's not going to happen. We're not going to beat Tampa week 1. There's no way. They're going to smoke us. We should beat the Chargers, but we won't. Like I said, we're playing the Eagles early, and then we play them late. So we'll probably split those games. Same with Washington. Carolina, that'll be a tight game, I think. We're playing the Giants twice too. Screw me. God, I hate everybody.
Well, they're divisional games. You're playing twice every year.
I know. I just hate the New York Giants on principle. So the Patriots, the Patriots will be the one game I think that'll be fun to watch because I hate Belichick anyway, and the Patriots actually will surprise you sometimes because like there'll be weeks where they're on like they still got Brady, and there'll be weeks where they think they're the freaking Cleveland Browns circa 3 years ago. So it just you really don't know which Patriots team you're gonna get anymore because they're so discombobulated without Brady. So
it's really a spin of the wheel. Which, speaking of spins of the wheel, if you want one, super chat $5 and you get a spin of the wheel.
Custom transitions, courtesy of Greg Cherry today. There you go.
So I found the potential names of what the Washington football team has. There's 44.
Oh, geez.
So you have aces, ambassadors, anchors, archers, armada, aviators, beacons, belters, brigade, commander, defenders, demon cats, First City Football Club, Griffins, Guardians, Icons, Majors, Monarchs, Pilots, Presidents, Razorbacks, Razorbacks, Red Tails, Red Wolves, Red Hogs, Renegades, Riders, Rising, Royals, Rubies, Swifts, Washington, D.C. Football Club, Washington Capital City Football Club,
oh my God.
Wayfarers, Wild Hogs, 32 FC, and the football team.
Okay, so a couple things. First City Football Club, that'd be Philadelphia, you jackoffs, not Washington, D.C. Anyway.
Second of all, half those names sounds like soccer teams.
Right?
I was going to say. And, okay, so
Washington United.
Yeah. If they put the coach, anyway. So yeah. I honestly okay, and again, this is gonna be like the white guy room saying the wrong thing or whatever. Why are we doing these damn name changes? Like, do you see Atlanta Braves buckling? No. Will you see the Chicago Blackhawks ever buckle? No. Why? Because it's Chicago and they're badasses. That's why. They're so freaking worried back there about offending somebody. If you're worried about offending somebody, how about you just run the government right first, you jackoffs? Anyway, just seriously.
Speaking of the word jackoff, yes, there's actually a transition here. I totally
say we're back to Flair.
No. I totally popped for Christian's use of it in the promo.
Oh, right. I remember that.
That was tremendous.
He called him a carny jack-off. I was like...
Yeah, I was like, yes.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Yes. Yes. It's so funny how much I've used that word, like, just randomly since I watched Friends bloopers. Just because Matt LeBlanc would always call somebody a jackoff walking off camera. It was so funny. But I've also used the word carny way more than I should have the last 2 or 3 years talking about certain promoters that I've worked with. It's like, dude, you're such a carny. Just stop.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. I just noticed this. This was actually done like 10 minutes ago. But Brett Storm donated. We're going to get us a wheel spin.
There you go. And Curtis, I understand why you say what you say. That's why I said I'm the worst white guy to be saying what I'm saying. It's just obnoxious that, either, again, we talked about this, Greg and I, many times during the whole election shenanigans, or the pandemic, excuse me. Either everybody should quarantine or nobody should quarantine. Just one way or the other. So, anyway. The spin of the wheel. Dun, dun, dun.
We are transitioning to the spin of the wheel. So if you want one, you can send a super chat in the link or in the regular YouTube super chats. But here we go. We're going to get a spin. What's it going to be? Did I take? All right, good. There's only one bankrupt on the wheel, so that's good.
Who is this for again?
This is for Brett Storm, who is, as of today, the current reigning defending Fan Quizomania champion. Will he be again tomorrow? because that's when that goes down. Or will I become a five-time Fan Quizlemania champion? I already promised to do a spin-a-rooney if I win. So,
okay. If you do a spin-a-rooney, I will mark Madden call it for you. And I hate Madden's guts, so I'll do it anyway. So,
oh boy! All right, here's your spin, Brett.
I know he's a Pittsburgher. Sorry, but he's another jagoff. Anyway,
yeah, we don't claim him.
Nobody does at this point.
And it's an entrance.
Oh snap!
Oh boy, here we go. So Brett, let me know what entrance you want me to do. You are still here, though, right, Brett?
Washington Redstorm. That's tremendous. I love that. I love that, Curtis. That's great.
Okay, stop sharing the screen. So Brett, in the chat, let me know what entrance you would like to have, and we will cease and desist with the talk. Curtis, I am not doing Melina's entrance.
That will never happen, especially with the three people in the room right now. Like seriously,
I am as flexible as a pretzel rod. I am not doing Melina's entrance.
Like seriously, I can't think of anybody on the entire No DQ team roster that could do it. Maybe Caitlin because she's a dancer, but
Caitlin might be the only one.
Like seriously,
I have no idea about Cindy. I have no idea about Lady Aaron. So
yeah, I don't. Cindy, I know will not be. Yeah, no. Jeez. Wow. Now, if you want to see Melinda win an entrance, by all means, watch along with me next weekend during the NWA pay-per-views. You'll see it. So,
all right, we are going to go to our next segment while we wait for Brett.
That's right.
Because we're going to do some weird thoughts. If you guys want to jump in during the course of this and send in a donation, feel free to.
Yeah, please.
Because we will interrupt the segment to take care of your wheel spin.
Yeah, definitely this one.
Yeah, Brett went with CM Punk. Of course he did. All right.
I wonder if I can get my arm across far enough to have you look at my watch like I'm Paul Heyman for you.
I mean, that would be cool to do the 2013 Punk entrance.
Hell yes, dude.
I actually did when Travis and I went to WrestleMania with Jen.
Yes.
We did the CM Punk entrances.
I love it. I love it.
Because they only gave us like a list of 10 people. So we were like, yeah, we're both going for Punk because he's hot at the time. He's WWE champion.
Right. So. There you go. Curtis Butler, Truffle Shuffle. I've been asked to do that more than once over the years for reasons. So.
All right.
Tim Davis.
Look in my eyes. What do you see?
I'm pulling up the song. If I get demonetized because of this, that's actually a concern I have now. Because
right.
All right. So I'm going to full screen myself.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. Take away the weird thoughts because you don't need to see that.
That's right.
I'll see how much of this I can get down.
Right.
All right. Here we go. It's clobbering time!
Selene and Kennedy.
Best in the world!
Oh, jeez.
There you go.
There you go. And Brett Storm, if you wanted, you're welcome. You should have said Perry Saturn.
All right.
Does Perry Saturday actually even have his own custom entrance at this point, or is it just him breaking his knee every 6 months?
To go with the personality.
All right. So there you go. That's the kind of content you get on the Greg Cherry Show.
Now, if that's the only time you see an entrance this weekend, don't be a crybaby, wrestling fans. Over it. Anyway.
Yeah. Listen, you got your CM Punk entrance for the week.
That's right.
On Friday. Come to the Greg Cherry Show where you can watch it.
That's right.
Granted, the camera work was... I didn't fix the camera, but hey, listen. We're not as high budget as AEW, okay?
And honestly, if we get demonetized for it, then you should just PayPal Greg directly. I mean, just to throw it out there.
Yep, just PayPal me everybody's Rampage tickets, and then I'll do the Punk entrance. That's fine.
That's right.
I'll go full blown. I'll get the hoodie. I'll get everything. I'll get somebody to be Paul Heyman. Whichever.
Trench coat right there. Anyway. Baseball cap already on head. So.
All right, we're going to get into some weird thoughts once I find the banner. There it is.
There we go. And now, weird thoughts with Greg Cherry.
All right.
I gotta bounce. My brother's calling me. I gotta talk wedding stuff.
Chicken! You're moving out of the segment. Chicken!
All right. We'll catch you later, G. I'll see you in a couple
bye.
weeks.
Yeah, I'll see you in a couple weeks, Jeff. I mean, Greg.
We're not the same person. Anyway, but I lost everything. What happened? Hello, Bueller. What happened here? Uh-oh. Yeah, we lost Greg for a minute. Okay, no worries. So yeah, Daniel, I actually did say how I booked CM Punk in AEW. So once Greg comes back, we'll talk about what he would do for AEW's CM Punk's AEW debut should he show up Friday night or at All Out or whatever the case may be. Yes, it's all your fault, Brett. We lost Greg because of that damn Punk entrance. No. Let me just see here. Go ahead and go through the comments that we didn't get to just yet. Let's see here. Well, so Daniel, I saw. There we go. Happy birthday on Sunday. Very cool. You're having a birthday. Very, very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, Shane, driving in Atlanta was enough for everybody. I think driving. I don't drive. Everybody knows I don't drive. But driving in Vegas is a whole other animal. Like I have always preferred either public transit if it's available or before the days of Uber. I caught one cab up there my entire life in Vegas up here. Not in downtown. Downtown's even crazier. I caught a cab from my hotel. Where were they staying at that time? Some like not Fleabag because that sounds worse than it is. Like, but some like that level hotel over to the Hilton when it still had the Star Trek experience. And that cab was expensive, crazy. So I driving up there is crazy, and cabs are even worse. All right, so Greg's laptop died. He'll be back in just a minute, so we'll wait for him. No vamping. Vamping doesn't work. Daniel, I did see your picture for the Lions. I saw your predictions. It's just like I said, when they get into the technical football talk, I'm a Cowboys fan. It's kind of like the Kings in the NHL. Like I'm a Kings fan first and NHL fan second, which makes me, I guess, a bad hockey fan. I will watch hockey. Don't get me wrong, but just like I don't know like the technical stuff of it. Yeah, so I'm very good. Off. And we think it's Rick Ferris. It's like, ooh, man, just bad mental images. Anyway, that'll be if like I said, if we get a super chat and the wheel spins and we get entrance, I'd be down for Ric Flair entrance because Rick has a cool entrance. And it's very simple. You just, do the whole spin around, do the woo, and do the strut, and there you go. So by the way, since we have a lull here, I did want to point out part of the return this 48-day run here that I'm on of live streams every day on my channel. But if you're watching on my channel, I appreciate that very much. Let me see how many of you guys are watching on the Jeff Meacham Network right now. Let's see what we got here. 3. Cool. All right. Are we not watching on Twitter? We're not watching on Twitter. Interesting. Anyway, so Wrestling Rewind's coming back October 2nd if Greg and I can get together and record the episodes. Since we're doing October, we're going to do Halloween Havoc matches up until the 30th, because the 30th is going to be our panel on the Halloween movies, which I'm very much looking forward to, finally. November will be Survivor Series, non-team matches, so not the elimination team matches. And then December, I think we only have 3 weeks we have a Saturday show, and that'll be Starrcade matches. I picked the Starrcade 83 match between Roddy and Hammer. 85 I between Tully and Magnum. And I think for the third match, I went with Goldberg and Nash, just because Goldberg loses, and that's always my favorite thing on Starrcade. So we'll see how it plays out. But looking forward to bringing the show back. Very excited, actually. At least I didn't run the trailers today, so I did want to point out I did have scheduled for the first time the airing of an episode of XMV, which would be episode 92, that featured my audition for the Rocky Horror Cast here locally in LA. And then the next day, the Sunday, was going to be JJ's Renegades reviews of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I did end up booking a interview to go up that day or that weekend. I will not a slight on Jay by any means, but I will probably bump his show and move XMV to Sunday so I can have the interview I have set up on Saturday, and I'll get more into that promotion during tomorrow's pre-show as far as the trailers go, because I will have more of a chance to get the graphics done. Let's see. Good question. Would I rather take a power bomb from Sid or a shield power bomb from a group of midgets? I don't think a group of midgets could hold me up, so I'd be afraid of them dropping me on my already damaged head. However, I've seen the way Sid power bombs. I know people who have taken the Sid Vicious power bombs, so I'd probably honestly choose the midgets just for fear of my life. Either way, I guess I go with the midgets over or little people. Let's be PC over that. So, all right, it is time, as Greg says, for the Wednesday Q&A. So feel free to drop your questions, comments, whatever for good old JM. Greg is working on coming back, so send me the questions, brothers. This is kind of like a Ask Me Anything all of a sudden here on Talk Wrestling. So, but it's the Greg Cherry Show. Is there a Greg Cherry brand logo I can throw in the corner? There we go. Boop. Hi. We're on the Greg Cherry brand, for the record, not the WTC Network, just so we're clear here. Powerbomb from Kane, agreed. There we go. That I would definitely get with that. The last ride looks a little stiff, so probably not Undertaker, but Kane seems a little bit safer on the powerbomb. Again, Nash does the dropping powerbomb like Sid, so probably not. Batista bomb, a little safer. It goes down with you. Vader or Bam Bam, who was better? They're both amazing. They were both big men. I would say I can't make a decision, and that's going to sound wishy-washy and chicken shitty, but that's how I feel. They were both great, dominant big men when they were on, right? I know they were a team at one point in Japan. They were a dominant tag team in Japan. So I would have to abstain from the definitive answer just because I'm a wuss. So there you go. My personal preference is Vader. When I was growing up as a fan, Vader was the scariest guy I ever saw. The matches he had with Cactus were just a sight. They were an experience. They beat the dog out of each other almost every time. Just unbelievable brutality. His matches with Flair were always cool. Him and Hogan did not work well, which for me as Hulkamaniac was not good. And Leon lost a lot of credibility and a lot of support when he got in with Paul Orndorff, which was a shame because Paul was so respected and Vader kind of bullied him and it didn't go well for Leon. So anyway, how did Greg and I meet? Okay. That goes back to the XMV days, actually, since we were talking about XMV earlier. So back in between 2002 and 2004, Aaron and his friend from high school, who will not be named on this channel or any channel, and I embarked on a little adventure called Extreme Mayhem. It was an audio show. It was a podcast before the word podcast was in vogue, right? Okay, so for the record, Greg's not coming back. His computer's taking ages to charge, so I'll close the show once we're done with questions. And we may go into Greg Cherry After Dark style like we do on No DQ, so we'll see how it goes here. We'll just keep going. Anyway, where was I? So where the hell's the question? There it is. How did Greg and I meet? So after we did the audio show for 2 years, Extreme Mayhem, we took a little break. We were kind of burnt out and didn't want to do a whole lot. So we ended up transitioning to video, Extreme Mayhem Video, XMV, in, I want to say it was September of that year, because we ended up going to Vegas then too. And over the 2 years the video show ran, Greg became a fan, watching at home in Pennsylvania, and submitted questions through the Q&A. Pretty much every show. And then when I started doing Talk Wrestling a year after that, in 2007, he was sending questions, and it just kind of evolved into he was a super fan, and then he became a friend, and now he and Aaron are like my two closest male friends that don't live close, which sucks that they both are so far away. I hate that. But yeah, so Greg and I actually met for the first time in person in January of 2013. He and his lovely wife flew me out to their house for a week just to chill. And it turned out to be a very much needed preemptive visit, because after I returned home is when I lost my grandmother. She had two strokes in a week, and passed away. So coming home after being with such a wonderful experience and having that to carry me was very fortunate for me. Okay, I'm getting all misty. Who wins NFCs this year? It's going to be a shit show again. I got a feeling. I'll go with a safe bet and say Philadelphia, just because I hate life. So yeah. Will the Eugene gimmick work in today's world? Nope. Not even remotely. Not even going to be a thing. What are the changes I would make to the Los Angeles Kings? They're kind of going down that road. They're acquiring some youth again. They're rebuilding. We're always rebuilding with the Kings, right? That trust the process. I've been told. Play it out, as we said on the No DQ review a couple weeks ago. I actually would just trust what management's doing. Rob Blake seems to know what they want. The coaching staff knows what the system they have in place. And I would just I'm looking forward to see how the season plays out. Least favorite WrestleMania. Golly. Let me come back to that. Least favorite pay-per-view of all time. Wow, even more even more of a zero in. Goodness. Probably Over the Edge, 99. I mean, obvious reasons with Owen, right? On these favorite WrestleMania culture, God, I'll beat the proverbial dead horse and say 11, just because I didn't like the way the card was laid out and it wasn't really all that good a show. Could there ever be a time where the Wolfpack reforms in today's world, and what would be members? Again, like the NWO is such a part of our culture as wrestling fans and of pop culture, period. But the gimmick itself, it is a casualty of its own popularity. And what I mean by that is we'll never see something like that again, where we don't know what's going to happen as far as people coming out of the crowd, people jumping promotions and joining the group and trying to take over, because the curtain's fallen. The curtain's down. There's no more secrets. There's no more, kayfabe or whatever. So I don't think it would work in today's wrestling world. Watching all the way from the UK, it's 1 a.m. Discover this channel from the quizzes. Keep doing your thing. Well, thank you, Culture. I appreciate that, brother. Muhammad says, what can you expect from Rampage this week? What can I expect? Great wrestling, a great television show, hopefully a chance to watch it if I'm in the hotel by then. I mean, I'm going to be in Vegas Friday night, right? So am I really going to want to go to the hotel and watch TV, or am I want to hit, Fremont and, or the Neon Museum like my dad wants to go, I mean, really. So, I expect to have a great TV show. I expect to have the crowd be either pleasantly relieved or unhealthily surprised. So there you go. Was Vince Russo smart or deluded? I don't think Vince Russo is a deluded person. I really don't. And I've talked about this many times that, whatever his reaction was toward Hogan 21 years ago, and I actually just watched everything. If you guys follow my social media, I just watched that show, and I wasn't a fan watching it the whole way through for the first time. But I will say this. In WCW, Vince was handed a completely train wreck of a situation to try to pick up the pieces from. I mean, he was handed a pile. He was handed a huge, large, like buffet style bowl of chicken shit and asked to make it into chicken salad in WCW. And nobody could have pulled that nose up at that point. It was just not going to happen. And again, people are going to call me a Bischoff mark, and that's fine. That company was never designed to be profitable or successful. The minute Jim Crockett Promotions sold to Turner, it was like, we're stuck with that crap. Thanks, Ted. And everybody under Ted was trying to find a way to get rid of it. And once the merge started happening, it was fait accompli. It was a matter of when, not if. And not Eric Bischoff, not Vince Russo, not Jeff Meacham and Greg Cherry, not even Vince McMahon could pull that nose up at that point. It was just dead. So was Vince Russo smart? I think he had good ideas. He just needed the freaking coffee filter of Vincent K. McMahon, and he didn't have that in WCW. And the coffee just went right through to the cup, and it tasted bitter.
Hey, what'd I miss? I'm sorry about that. Like my laptop had like 40% juice, and then it shut off on me. I think I'm gonna need to get a new one.
It's all right, brother. No worries.
I thought I would have enough to leave it unplugged, and apparently not. So
they actually sent me quite a few questions. One of them was how you and I met, and I was talking about XMV. While you were off, I was plugging the fact that in September I'm going to air episode 92 of XMV for the first time.
Which I still have to send you.
Yes, yeah, dude, yeah. Part of that hard drive loss, I lost the entire library. I'm so mad, so mad.
I think I have it on here. Give me a second.
I'm pretty sure you do. So anyway, so I was explaining that we did the audio show for a couple years, the old co-host and I, with Aaron running the controls, if you will. And then when we did start doing XMV is when you started filtering in toward the end of the run, if I remember right. Oh, there you go, cool. Toward the end of the run, and then when I started doing Talk Wrestling a year later, it just kind of developed from every week I had a question to, you know, conversations on chat to super fan to becoming a friend to going out to your house and meeting your wife, and it evolved very organically. And I said it, and I said it, I'll say it to your face. You and Aaron are my two closest friends that don't live close, and I fucking hate it that you're not here. It sucks that you guys aren't close. Aaron was close, and then, you know, his ex is a bitch. So you know, but he's happier than I've ever seen him, and I'm ecstatic for him. So. Can't wait to get out there if we ever get the Stanway.
Yeah, from what Caitlin's told me, that entire thing is a cluster.
It really is, and a lot of it actually has little to do with the actual pandemic. It's just there's so much organizational chaos because of it that it's just they're just like, we're just gonna do it and be done with it, and whatever. And I don't blame them. I really don't. So let's see what we got here. Yesterday, and I said how I would book this. How would you book Punk debut? Ultra asked this earlier before you petered out there. Daniel Milano asked as well. So,
see, I would have saved it for after Omega and Cage, with Omega celebrating with the AEW Championship, and then have his entrance theme hit. Whether it's Cult of Personality or not,
right.
Have his entrance theme hit and have him just walk out on the stage, maybe come to a face-to-face and then end the pay-per-view there.
Yeah.
Because you don't want him cutting a promo on his first show. You want just the image of him being there is all you need.
Yeah.
Take it step by step. You don't need to rush everything and get a pipe bomb on his first episode. Like, slow it down.
What I said something different yesterday, but what I'll say today is I would, and this is just me thinking about it now, since you have a pay-per-view in Chicago and everybody expects him to be there anyway, have him. I would, and again, this is going to sound like I'm trying to Vince Russo it. I would hot shot the world title match between Cage and Omega this week because Kenny's so pissed about losing the Impact title. He's really not, but, you know, let's just say he is. And you know what? We're gonna do our match tonight. Have him retain the AEW Championship, and then with 30 seconds to go, the music hits, and right as they get the lower third, he walks out on stage and then cut. And then when we get to Wednesday, people are going, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" That's what I would do.
I wouldn't want to hot shot the title match. I don't want to do that because I still think Hangman Page is going to be the one to take the title off Omega. So if you throw Punk in there and give the Punk title match, you kind of, I know Hangman won't be there. It's like, I feel like you're sacrificing one of your future big babyface players in the game for CM Punk. I don't know if you want to do that.
You know what? You're absolutely right. And again, once again, the professor has gone to school, and I appreciate that very much. I've never been to the UK, Tim. I don't think Greg has either. If I remember,
I haven't. So. I would like to. Consider I've made some friends over there.
Right, for real. I love this last question here.
Heck, the reigning Jack of all trades champions from the UK.
So yeah, I was doing shameless promotion while you were gone. You have a Jack of all trades show coming up on in this slot next week or on Thursday next week.
Yeah, next Thursday is the plan. We're supposed to be filming Friday. I'm still looking for a fourth. I have not confirmed a fourth. I have 3 people. I have not confirmed a fourth person to be there because we're recording at 1:00 Eastern. So I would need somebody to be.
You're recording Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern?
Yes.
Okay.
When do you leave for Vegas?
Not until after that. Saying, if you want the WTC OG on, I'll sit in the chair.
I mean, we could, yeah. I mean, we could make that happen.
It's 10 a.m. my time. I got time, brother. I'll also make sure I pack tomorrow night instead. Of a freaking Fly the Bumblebee pack Friday, like I was planning.
I will include you because I was actually trying to get Mickey James on the show, and I have not heard back. So let me put it this way: if her PR person gets back to me and says, "Yeah, she'll do it free of charge," then I'm sorry, you're getting bumped for Mickey.
I will take that bump if you freaking throw my name her way, because damn it, I've been wanting to book her for an interview, and I really want to find out why her husband blocked me. I need to know this information.
I haven't heard back, and I'm assuming I'm not going to.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, she is a little busy, so yeah, you know.
Yeah, she's kind of planning a pay-per-view.
Yeah, you know. And she's wrestling next Sunday, so there's that.
Yeah. So I'll add you to the Twitter group chat with the other contestants. You're not exactly going to have an easy time, I'll tell you that much. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see how the brand is after such a long layoff. We'll see how it goes. So I will answer the Tim question first, and then we'll get back to the question above that, because that's a really good question.
Well, we might want to just take one more question because we're cutting into Dynamite.
Oh crap, that's right. All right. Well, you know, honestly, this one, like, it's a layered question, so it had to be addressed. Like, I think it's like a deep dive type thing. We need to address like on maybe next week. So let's go ahead and we'll table that culture. There's so many people that
I'll tell you what, this question should be its own separate video. Like, not a Greg Cherry Show. This one should just be like, maybe it airs on both of our channels, or maybe it airs on one or the other or something. This question in particular, I think, could be its own discussion.
I agree with that. Okay, we'll do that then.
So culture, we're going to take your question. We're going to make it like a special. It's not going to be branded as a Greg Cherry Show or, you know, Talk Wrestling or anything. Like that. I think it's going to be. It's just going to be its own thing. So Jeff and I will get together. We'll discuss this. We might go live one day, just randomly, to discuss it. But yeah.
So to answer, there you go. So to answer your question, Tim, I have never been married. I did not marry Dylan's mother prior to Dylan, and I'm not dating right now. If you know anybody in between here and Las Vegas in the next couple of days, let me know. Same. And some is legal up there. It's not legal here. Just for the record, you know, kind of like the picture we saw of Flair earlier. Totally legal up there. Anyway,
full circle and not the way we want.
Whoa. Yeah, well, circles, you know, whatever shapes.
Okay.
Anyway,
on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are cutting into Dynamite. So we will see you guys next week. Jeff, I will see you Friday for the taping.
Yes. Woo!
We will get things going next week with the Greg Cherry Show. Go enjoy Dynamite. Hopefully you haven't missed too much. We'll see you later.
Bye, guys.